New national polling from Monmouth University shows fewer than 4 in 10 registered voters say they believe President Trump should be reelected in 2020. 37% support for a second term for the president. 59% think someone else should be in the White House. And, you know, there is, John Heilemann, as you know, it's an old rule. Maybe it's not the case now because politics has become so divisive.
Yeah.
But it used to be, at least in the Ice Age when I was running, if my reelect ever came close to 50%,
yeah,
I held 10 town hall meetings that weekend.
Yeah, sure.
I never let it. Your reelect never goes below 50%.
Right.
And if I was even in the mid 50s, I would start panicking.
You know whose reelect was almost never over 50 until election day?
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. You know, who had.
Wait, was it in the 30s?
It wasn't in the 30s. No, I'm just trying to say, like, the old rule, rule, to your point. I think Trump's situation is radically worse than Obama's was. Trump's is coming into this reelection with the worst numbers of any incumbent in modern history.
Right.
So they're not comparable, but I was just kind of more reflecting on the point you made a second ago, which is that, you know, one of the things we all looked at in the 2012 reelect was Obama was never over 50. His reelect was always at 48, 49. Right. And the right track, wrong track numbers were often dramatically, so you'd have people 55%, 60% with the wrong track, and he ended up at 52.
52? Yeah.
So it's like that was just for a lot of people who use the old rules about the reelect number and about right track, wrong track, it turned out that in this world, the fact that Obama had such a high floor, low ceiling, high floor, he was able to sort of break all the old rules that would have said that guy's a vulnerable incumbent. Turned out he won pretty comfortably in the Electoral College, won by 110 electoral votes, whatever. So, you know, that doesn't mean Trump's going to get reelected. It's just that there is a thing that's gone on with this polarization that has changed some of what the old rules used to be about what made for a vulnerable incumbent in the national party and in the national electorate. And there are a lot of Democrats who, you know, there's a lot of people running out the scenarios who think that Trump is really weak, but continue to look at a scenario where he could lose the popular vote by more than he lost in 2016, lose by 4 million, lose by 5 million, and still thread the needle in the Electoral College with, you know, by maybe one electoral vote, up to a handful of electoral votes. I think the likelier scenario is that he's certainly vulnerable, likelier that he will fall short, but it's why it matters so much what Democrat gets is the
But Joe, I have to really important thing on that, just to follow up on the numbers. Barack Obama, his favorability numbers would often hover around 50 plus. So even if people were upset in the direction of the country, at least half the country liked him. Donald Trump's unfavorable numbers are right down there with his reelect numbers.
I want to caution everybody. And I saw one poll that says to me, now more than ever, be cautious of these polls. When I see a poll that says Elizabeth Warren is going to beat Donald Trump in Texas, I say there's something wrong here. And I believe more than ever, the same way first time around, a lot of people were a little shy about admitting they were going to vote for Donald Trump. Now that we've seen so much of his kind of horrificness, people are going to be even less inclined to demonstrate that they're still behind him. But if I'm the Democrats, I am still running scared. I do not look at those numbers. When it comes to Donald Trump, throw out the polls. And to me, there are so many people that are going, I would never vote for him. And when they get in that voting booth, yep, I'm voting for him.
Yeah. But the national polls, though, at the end of the day, and you're right. I mean, you look at some of the state polls, especially, were a little off. The national polls were pretty accurate at the end. But you are right, though. It's something that Democrats always have to worry about. Still to come, Roy Moore is going to run again. Joe Biden calls Cory Booker, and another shakeup at the NRA. Those stories straight ahead in Morning Joe.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.